Melina.
Oh, I do. I have morals. Sure.
Where do you get your morals from?
I treat people around me like I want to be treated. You know.
And how's that, like slaps?
Deviating from the norm, and the people who go through this, it's very hard for them. It's something that if has driven people to medications and to surgery. So I think it's fair to say, and this is not a normative "you're a bad person" thing, but it's not the norm, right?
But that doesn't make it wrong.
No.
It doesn't make it
If it's not normal, it's wrong.
invaluable.
But would you say autism is wrong?
He
Yes.
would. You are.
Okay,
Because
but
it's
you can,
it's
but
an
you can
abnormal situation.
right, but
so it's
abnormal,
wrong.
yeah, but wrong is a normative form of judgment. But it's abnormal, obviously.
Are you at all open to thinking a different thought about that? Because I work with the autism population.
I do too.
You shouldn't be.
What?
You
Okay,
shouldn't be.
But back to the
Why
issue.
not?
Back to the issue of transgender.
You just communicated via your
I believe
multiple
they can
platforms
overcome it.
that it is not something to overcome. Learning skills, like we all need to learn skills to get along in this world that
It's
we
just
live in.
another trauma that you can overcome. Lauren, do you believe that all things are possible through Christ? You can overcome anything.
Including your ignorance.
Lauren, can you
Can
overcome
your
anything
ignorance?
through Christ?
I don't think you can overcome.
Because I'm gonna be praying that God gives
autism.
you some revelations about some
like
things.
Christ doesn't promise us perfect health. Christ doesn't promise us a perfect body. What Christ promises us is redemption and salvation, which I believe is possible. But
Both
he's
of which
not.
you need.
He is
Do you
not. He
believe
is not a magic genie where we can, just say, hey, I'm missing an arm. I need an arm, because that's not something we're requesting through him out of our love and
Do you
service to him. That's
believe
something
that
we're requesting
you
for
can
ourselves.
overcome all things through Christ?
But not if we're not talking about all things. We're talking about autism
But all
specifically.
things is all things.
A person
So,
who learns to function.
I just want to hold on 1 minute.
in
I don't come
society.
in because I want to ask you about the Great White Hope.
I don't think we
The
have the
autism
right to
doesn't
ask
just
Christ to
disappear.
overcome
They just learn
autism.
skills.
Autism
So
isn't
as-
something to be overcome.
So as a
it's not. It's
Christian-
not something to be overcome. It's something that some people have. But it's like, I mean, that's like saying
So, Lauren,
I
give me
need
a
to
yes or no.
overcome
Give me a yes or no.
my
As a
shortness through
Christian,
Christ.
Do you believe?
She's not your type of Christian, sir. She's the type of Christian I actually applaud and have respect for.
Does that
because
make you
she's-
nervous to hear that?
No, it shouldn't.
I will rush back in my prayer closet.
No, your prayer closet.
Oh Lord, if this guy is
Your
like
prayer
me,
closet is
agree-
doing nothing
what
for you,
have I
sir,
said that's
with all due
against
respect.
the good news,
me
for
go back
example?
to- let me go
Specifically,
back
what
to the-
has it been?
You put so much toxic stuff out there that trust me, if Jesus did come back, you were not going to be going along for the ride with him.
Jesus is here already.
Nah. Are you this is
So let me
these are
ask you, Lauren.
serious topics and you just throw out these remarks for a laugh
Lord, let me
Yeah,
ask.
but like that, what you're
do
saying
you
sounds
believe
a lot like the
all
prosperity
things-
gospel.
Do you believe that we can overcome all things for those who believe in Christ? Is it possible to overcome all things if you believe in God?
Yeah, anything that we are capable, anything that we could overcome, we can overcome
Lauren,
through
you're not
Christ.
answering
But
my question.
I
Do
am
you-
answering the
for
question.
those
Jesus
who
is not
believe-
your genie. Jesus is not something you can just, hey, I
Nor
don't
is he
want
your
the autism.
scapegoat to justify the awful things that
I'm asking
so-called
the
Christian
Christian
people
this
do.
question. Do you believe, for those who believe in God, you can overcome all things? Give me a yes or no, a simple yes or no, so I can move on.
Can you overcome your
For
prejudice
those who believe
of black
in God,
people?
do you believe that
Do you
can
pray to ask
overcome
God to enlighten
all
you
things?
about what it is to be black in America?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that Christ will allow us to heal autism.
No,
It's not
you're not-
something to
I
be
didn't
healed.
ask about that.
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
asking-
my answer, and I'm leaving it at
No, but
that.
I'm not
I've
asking
answered
about
plenty.
autism.
I'm
You're
not going to,
asking
no.
As a believer
She thinks you're
in God.
about as ridiculous as I think.
Is that true?
It's really sad.
I think what you're saying is ridiculous in
That
regard
you
to
cannot
autism.
overcome all
I
things
came on
through
the show
Christ.
to see for
I think
myself
the-
if you really genuinely believed what you espouse, if you at all cared about actually civic dialogue and actually having a real conversation. But it's very clear to me that all you care about is espousing your twisted views to as many people that will pay attention to you. And it's
Amazing.
really sad.
Let me ask you about
The fact that you get invited to important panels to discuss important topics, it's really sad state of affairs that we find ourselves in.
If I agree with you, would it still be sad?
It's not about you agreeing. It's about you having a willingness to have an actual conversation and to be able to. You can't have a debate, a so-called debate, and not be willing to walk away thinking something that you didn't go in there thinking.
If I agree with you,
If you
would it still
only
be-
go in there to try to prove that what your stance is the right stance, then we get nowhere.
But my
Which is
stance
why we
is
have the
right-
polarization that
my
we have now in our
stance is the right
country.
way because
you
it's the
are
way of God.
Amazing.
Do the blacks and the Muslims get along in London?
Many, I would say, I don't even know the exact stat, but when you say blacks and Muslims, you're creating a separation. Only the 20% of Muslims are Arabs. There's 2 billion Muslims in the world. Only 20% are Arabs. 80% of Muslims are not Arabs. So you have I don't know, the population of black Muslims that are out there. So why are you creating this separation anyways?
I'm just wondering because the blacks don't get along with anybody else. I just wonder.
There's full African countries that are, like Somalia, for example, which is 99% Muslims. They're all black.
I'm sorry to hear that. No wonder. What a mess.
With all okay, so far, no problem. It's a
Yeah, they're bringing that same evil stuff here, and they're still killing each other, and they're killing American citizens. What are they supposed to do now? Run to another country?
What do you mean they're killing American citizens?
These
There's
are
absolutely
violent
no
games.
evidence of that.
Yes, it is. Have you seen in New York and
I
South
lived in New
Central
York
LA?
for 30 years. There were no gangs killing Americans.
What's the
in
name
New
of those
York.
street gangs? MS-13 and other is rampant
It
in
is
New
not
York and
rampant.
other places. Are you in denial about that?
I'm not in denial.
But you're
Absolutely
not
no,
being
it is
honest
not
about it.
rampant.
It is
the
rampant.
violence that MS-13.
Are you seriously saying
Excuse
it's
me,
not
hang
rampant?
Hang on. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
The violence of MS-13 is actually perpetrated on its own members, right?
No.
You're talking about what goes on in Brentwood on Long Island, which I live very close to for many years, right?
Right.
Right? I'm not negating that violence exists. What I am saying is that it has been wildly blown out of proportion.
But it hasn't.
It-
I happen
oh,
to
it
know.
absolutely has,
I happen
my brother.
to know police officers
It-
and others who are working with those
It
people. It's not
absolutely
been-
has been blown
I've seen it.
wildly.
I've seen it. It has not been. It's not blown out of proportion. It's not really told
give-
how bad it
give,
really
give
is.
me some numbers.
I don't have numbers right here,
then-
but
then-
they're killing. And so you're okay with them leaving their country, killing one another, but to come here and do it?
That's a really dumb question.
Are you okay with that? Give me a dumb answer to it.
No, I'm not even going to dignify it with an answer.
But you said that they are doing that to themselves over there. But they're
no,
also,
that isn't actually what I said.
well, they're running away from it, right?
Yes.
But they're coming here doing it to themselves.
You're talking about
Uh,
8,
are
9,
you-
10, 11-year-old kids coming here.
Those are not, well, there are some kids coming here, but they're becoming killers as well.
This is just bullshit.
You a priest, can you curse?
I just did.
That's amazing. You gay and you curse? God's not pleased.
God is not pleased.
How do you
I
feel
guess
about,
you and I worship two different ideas about that.
oh yeah. How do you feel about the Great White Hope?
What is that?
Donald Trump, the president.
I'm not in favor of him.
Why not?
I think he's incompetent and mentally unstable.
In what way?
In what way is he mentally unstable?
First, incompetent. How is he incompetent?
He is impulsive, ignorant, does not take advice of people who know about things. He is a narcissist and therefore sees the world only in terms of himself. He is psychologically really damaged, and I just think he's a very poor.
Is it impulsive or compulsive to put a wall up around the border to protect the American citizen?
It's ineffectual.
Is that mental?
Well, I mean, he hasn't really done it. I think it's just a publicity.
No, the wall is going up. Is that mental?
Have you heard that they? I know, and they're boring through it.
But I'm asking you, is that mental to put America first?
You mean, do I think that's a good thing to put America first?
Right.
No, I don't think it's a good thing to put America
Are
first.
you an American citizen?
I am an American citizen.
And so you think that it's a bad idea to put the wall up around the border?
I think it's a terrible idea.
You don't want to protect the
It's-
American people.
It's ineffectual.
So Israel put a wall up around its borders. Are they mental as well?
Yes.
Israel is mental for putting a wall up?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You love the Jews?
I do.
You love white people?
Well, I try to love people generally.
How about white people?
I don't understand the meaning of that question.
You understood when I asked about the Jews. You said right away, yeah, I love the Jews.
No, I didn't say that.
What'd you say?
I said I like them. Do I love the Jews? Do I love white people? I think what I said is actually I try to love all people.
Do you love the white people?
Do I love the white people? Would you have anybody particular in mind?
All white people.
No, I don't love all white people.
And why not?
Well, it would depend on the person.
Why don't you love all white people?
You mean, do I have a kind of blanket feeling of, well, okay, let me put it this way. I guess I love white people the same way I love all people.
But why don't you love all people?
I just told you I loved all people.
No, you said you didn't.
All right.
How is it possible that you could represent God and not love all people?
My brother, I'll see you later. This
Where
is
you
a really
going?
stupid conversation.
You about to run?
Yeah, I'm going.
Don't run. Priests don't run.
This priest is leaving
Why?
because it's a stupid conversation.
What's stupid about it? We're talking about America. Are you really running? Beta! Beta bell! Amazing.
Oh, you're
Take a
locking
buzz,
me
you
in?
are still buzzing.
He back.